Hey everybody, Juice here. I am constantly telling y'all that there's nothing to be afraid of with invertebrates. And then a buddy of mine over at Willie's Creatures, who is a far braver person than I am, convinced me to get something that I am more terrified of than anything. I have three fears. The ocean, because sharks live there, and like logistically I know that they're never going to bite me, but just I'm an inlander. Like the idea of sharks at all terrifies me. Heights and centipedes. That's it. I'm sketchy of bears, but like that's just reasonable. But those are the three completely insane fears I have. I don't mind saying that. But they made a good point. They showed me lots of pictures and videos of them, and they are kind of cute. The problem with that is, now I've purchased 4 of them. And today, we're going to do a little unboxing video of them with my genuine reaction to how all of this is going to go. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have basic concept. He was very cool. He told me everything. But like, again, this is all new to me. And this is my worst fear. Like, of all things, I am so afraid of centipedes that I literally use centipedes as a way to get my wife to marry her, to get her to the place I needed to propose to her. I told her I needed her help getting rid of the centipede, and then when she came around the corner, I was on one knee. That's how much it is ingrained in the lore of Juice that I'm afraid of centipedes. And today, I'm going to face a very real fear so that I can actually sit here and tell you that I faced my fear, and now it's time for you to do the same. Guys, I literally got scared shitless because the box moved. These were not sitting like this before. But, oh, God. Okay. There's one of them. There's the other one. Okay, I'm using tongs because when people pack boxes, like, this is done so well, by the way. I genuinely wanted to do the unboxing part, but guys, there was some issues with the FedEx and how they kind of handled it. So I had to first make sure, because you always want to check before you do an unhousing video. You want to make sure that the animal's actually alive and well, and their box had gotten a little damage to it, but it's okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. The first question is, where's the centipede? And that's going to be the scary part. Okay, so I got the AG is it's Scolopendra cingulata agria. Okay, so this one here is Scolopendra cingulata agria. These 3 are Scolopendra cingulata attica. So they're the same species, they're just different locales, which apparently is something in the centipede world. Their box got a little disheveled. I was going to do like a true unboxing, but like you can see here, like this cup got damaged, but you can also see here, this guy's alive and well. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's something. Okay. I guess I gotta do the next part. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these 4 deli cups, and sorry about the mess, we're packing for an expo. We're gonna use these 4 deli cups, and I'm actually gonna use my new soil blend that I have for tarantulas. I tested it on tarantulas, it worked pretty well, and these guys don't need any of the royal soil blend stuff, so they're all more of a very arid species. So we're going to do my more moisture-holding tarantula blend, but it is dried out, and it's got a good amount of stuff inside that it can kind of hide. And I'm going to add a little bit more bioactive, but I'm not going to save you guys in this video. I'm going to take that bobby pin, I'm going to punch a whole lot of holes. And I'm going to show you why I do that here in a second. I want you to know I'm filling these cups of soil, and these guys are getting warm now, and they're starting to move, and it's setting my lizard brain on absolute fire. I need you guys to understand that this is my absolute nightmare, but I also can respect just how adorable. Like, look at those legs. And this is one cool thing that I found, is that these guys are very exploratory, because they actually almost have a if I'm correct on this, they have a 1-to-1 from their antenna sensory and to their brain. So basically they do the little antenna thing which you can't see right now. Oh, you kind of can. See how they're doing that? They're doing the little tappy. It's just sensory. They're blind as shit, so they're basically exploring. Buddy, I'll have you in a home in 2 seconds. Okay, so I have completed. So first and foremost, you see I have 2 layers of what is like sub-layers almost into the soil, because these guys are going to be just on the surface of the soil. I do have, right now it's going to be a little damp, but I'm going to keep it a little bit drier, this sphagnum moss. I got themselves a little, you can see that I got a little water dish. That one has dirt in it. And then a little piece of cork bark. These are 32-ounce deli cups. Now, these guys are only going to get probably the size of the deli cup, but I'm terrified of centipedes, but it doesn't mean I don't want them to have a good home. Now for the hard part. Okay, I've removed the tape from this one, and now the fear is actually palpable because I just realized 2 things. My normal standard rehousing situation is take the top off, and I'm still going to do that. But do you see how this lip exists here? Do you see how these centipedes are, do you see the math problem? Oh no. Okay, let's do this. You know what? I'm going to get gloves. The gloves were just because no one wants to stare at my terrible fingernails this entire time. All right, let's do this. All right, I kind of need to see. Oh my God, doing something one-handed is so stupid. Okay, lid complete. All right, now, this is where the challenge is going to begin. I was basically told don't use tongs because guess what? They can just climb up tongs. Where do we got? We got the centipede is here. All right, right now, relaxed. He's just chill. I say he. I have no idea what the sex of the centipede is. These are all captive bred, by the way, which is part of why I think it's so awesome. Is because they're not wild caught. Okay, you can see he's starting to explore. It doesn't seem like I'm terrified, but I need you to understand that my fear is palpable. It's actually almost a tangible fear because, oh, it moved. So fuck. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to curse. It moves so quickly. It's so fast, guys. I can't, oh, there it is. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I don't want this. I don't want this like this. Oh, how the fuck? Okay, that's too close. I'm using one hand to lift this, but then I'm lacking another hand. So what if I... Okay, I don't want to turn this off because then you guys can't see it. This is a hilarious problem to have. Hold, please. Okay, see how it's doing this little thing? It's just kind of exploring stuff. It's kind of lived in a tiny cup, and now it's just been given a much larger cup, but it's still scared. I mean, fear is a big part of being an invertebrate, right? Like, there's all kinds of things that want to eat you, and when you zoom in on their little tiny face, that's the bitey end, you see? So, like, that right there, I don't want that. I don't want that anywhere near me. But I recognize that it is very, very pretty. It probably looks like shit on your guys' end, but just know it's a very gorgeous centipede. Okay. Juice, stop panicking. Oh, you know what it is? I hate so much when they start doing the, like, I'm gonna flail. No, that's the wrong way. Go in your home. Don't flail into the paper towel. See what they're doing? They're like, they're kind of figuring shit out. You're going the wrong way, buddy. Go into the dirt. Go there. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, you're so pretty. Just focus on how pretty you are, not the fact that you literally give me the worst heebie-jeebies of any creature ever. I love how terrifying those little back, I don't even know what they're called, the back legs look, where they can literally grab, like they can just grab a hold of you and extend their entire body length from those. That's so dope. I really should learn more about centipedes, but they're so terrifying to me. Look at that. One successful rehouse. Oh, dear Christ, 3 to go. Isn't that pretty, though? Like, see how immediately it found the cork bark, and now it's kind of wedged its way under that? And now, just look at look at how its antennae are. Like, they're kind of just out, right? Like, they're just kind of like straight out. Me and you have a lot to learn about each other, pal, because I have no idea what that means, if anything at all. I guess we're going to find out. One down. So many to go. Okay, there's going to become a couple things very obvious immediately. Shipping really fucked up this container. I'm wearing the gloves because it just gives me a false sense of security. These things could bite through my gloves, I think. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to just put the paper towel in this container, and I'm gonna hope that it's a good boy. But like, they're so freaking pretty, guys. Seriously, like this, you can't really see it yet, but you'll be able to soon. That blue, holy shit, it's gorgeous. Jesus Christ. Okay, one thing to note, these guys, not as chill as the other ones right away, or at least this one wasn't. I pulled this piece of paper towel out, and okay. Sorry, guys. This is a human being fighting, a shit ton of evolution against things that have this many legs. Okay. It started panicking. And so I don't want it to panic, so I immediately popped the top on because it was beginning to find out that it could very easily escape from the lid top. But, all right, now that my nerves have ceased, look at how beautiful the legs are in this thing. And you can tell, like, really, like, holy crap, this thing is, like, so healthy, it's insane. Like, it's not chubby, it's not too skinny, it's just right. But now we have a problem. This thing is faster than I was expecting. It's so much faster than I was expecting. I deal with old world tarantulas, and this one set my entire brain on fire. Okay, let's take the top off. Maybe. And now, let's just put this, just push it down a little bit so it can't just climb. Because that's the problem. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm showing you guys nothing. The problem was that it's really fast. Oh, dear Christ. All right. Yep, it's doing it again. Time to put the lid on. Oh. God. Guys, I'm working so hard at just every part of my brain. I'm sorry for how bad this footage is. But now I gotta know, where did it go? It just finished. I can't have the paper towel in there. Oh, dear God, I got two more. I genuinely need to take a break. Like, you can't see it, but I'm not playing this up. Like, from my initial, what I would tell people if they want to get into centipedes is, if you're a tarantula person, the best way to explain this, they're old world fast. Because they have a shit ton of legs. They are very fast. They're scared, and they're not trying to be scary, but every piece of every fiber I'm working against right now. And like, the worst part is, logically, I know they're beautiful. I know they're an incredible species, and they're misunderstood like everything else. And so I don't want you to take the me freaking out as like, oh, these are devilish. It's like, no, this is me. This is my problem. This is me overriding evolutionary biology. And like, probably at some point in our ancestry, being afraid of these things kept us alive, right? Now, these guys are beautiful colorations. They're all from like the Mediterranean area. And I've been told they're not medically significant, but obviously they can bite you, and it would cause some pain. And every person's going to kind of deal with venom separately. So there's this part of like, just not being super comfortable with the fact that they're venomous and they are technically old world. So like, what does not medically significant mean? Like, for one person it could mean pain, for another person it could be something else. So there's that in the back of my head. And the speed thing, man, holy shit. It's just something about it. I was bitten by one of these, not one of these particular, but as a kid, and like, it is fucking with me. So All right, back to watching me squirm, I guess. And sorry I can't take a video of me doing it at the same time, but like, dude, I need my hands. These guys are way too fast. I'm trying something different this time because the last one kind of panicked when I pulled it out. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this one down in there so you can see I've got the lid already on top because Mama didn't raise no fool. And I am going to see if I can't convince this one, maybe with the light. Because see how its little antenna seem to be doing like a lot less and its body isn't... Like these guys are old world fast, meaning like their speed is just insane. So it's kind of walking right now and it's kind of like checking out its scenery. There we go. See, this is what we want. We want exploratory. We don't want panic. Exploratory. There we go. Yes. That's what I want to see. I want to see, and again, I'm learning these guys as kind of the way that they act, because I saw when it was panicked, and it is frantic. I don't want frantic. I want slow moving. I want exploratory. I want it to realize there's some soil here. There's a nice meal in there. I want it to realize there's some water. I'm gonna cut here so that way you guys can't just get bored by this thing slowly climbing out of this. I'll just get the goddamn paper towel later if I have to. I don't think he's gonna move. I think he's just gonna stay there. All right, buddy, I'm gonna move on to the next one. I'll come back to you later. This guy's gonna create a challenge for me. You can see why immediately. He's on top. Dear Christ. One thing I want to kind of note that I think is interesting is as I'm kind of getting used to these, well, I'm not getting used to these guys. It's going to take me quite a long time to get used to these guys. They do this thing that I can't even film properly, where they kind of, oh man, I don't even know how to get it here. They will kind of like dig deep into something. Like, I don't know if you can see this. And then they fang up, like they like basically take the last legs of their, I wish I knew what the hell these were called. The last legs on the end of them, and they kind of spread them out almost as like a warning, which is interesting because I think what I'm realizing is centipedes are more scared than they are actually like predatory in a weird way. Because their first reaction to all of this is to flee. Like it's not to attack, it's not to do anything. It is literally hide. And there is a certain calming thing about that, if that makes sense. Yes, they're fast. But, coming over here, each one of these guys, you may notice, is not visible in any capacity. Each one of them has just immediately hid. I even gave them, dead dubias, and they're choosing hiding over food. There's something comforting about that. At the end of the day, did it make for a good video? No. Couple things I think need to be discussed about this. I think it's, one, they're pretty skittish overall. Like, I'm sure if they're really big, they're going to be a lot more, not aggressive like the Scolopendra heros or, the Dahanis. They're much larger. So I imagine larger centipedes probably have different personalities and how they deal with these sort of things. But I think one of the most interesting things about these little tiny species is like, I think what's really cool is you can kind of know how they're feeling. Like with tarantulas, you kind of know they're like, oh, it's threat posing, it's scared, or it's fleeing, it's scared, but if they're kind of just walking around, you really don't have. You have things like, oh, I can see how its legs are. So I guess you kind of do, but centipedes kind of seem like they almost have like a dog wagging its tail sense of like, okay, they're exploring. Oh, they're chill. Oh, they're terrified, right? Like that's kind of interesting. I think the other thing that I find very interesting about these guys is they're so fast. Like, they're so fast. Like, listen to me now. If you're thinking about buying a centipede, whatever you're thinking, it's faster. It just is. It's insanely fast. At least these little species are. Like, I've had OBT slings that weren't as fast on the ground. But I think the other thing to note is that like these guys are really cool. This is a new experience for me, and I think I don't anticipate not being afraid anytime soon. I think I'm going to be afraid every single time I feed them for a very long time. They are going to get bigger. They're going to get 4 to 5 inches. So they're at some point going to be just an absolute nightmare for me. But I think that it's the first step, and a step that will take a long time. And with spider people, they can do jumpers, and there's like a level up, right? Like you can do jumpers, and then you can do this, and you can do this. With centipedes, there's no level up. There's no step to take, right? Like you can't just go like, oh, this is the chill species. They're gonna always be kind of the same, just various levels and various personalities. And this isn't an educated statement. Like this is just my being a guy learning about centipedes the same way that you guys would. I have so much more to learn, but I really actually look forward to this. So I hope this humanizes you and makes you realize that if you're afraid, it's okay. Just be safe about it, right? Like you saw in the first two, I kind of did stupid shit, and by the second two, I'm like, fuck it, drop the napkin. So I hope this helps, and you know, I hope the next time you see a centipede, the same way I would ask people not to smash a spider, they don't smash a centipede. They serve a point. Even if we don't like the way they look, or we don't like the way they move, or even if they're just making you terrified, and even if every neuron in your body screams at you like, why the hell did you purchase four of these? They serve a point, and they serve a and I'm actually really excited because those atticas are going to be part of a breeding project. They're already captive bred. My goal is to find additionals at some point and begin breeding those, but we'll see. Maybe in 6 months time I go, nope, not for me. But today I like the idea. As always, like and subscribe. Thank you for all of your patronage and all of those things, and I hope to see you real soon.